My wife said I got to the hospital. They tried to bring me back. They brought me back. So when they brought me back, they put me in a coma. So I was in a coma for about a week. No, about a week, a couple of days. They were telling my family they should get everybody down here because I'm gonna be a vegetable, and it ain't gonna be good and stuff like that. And nothing but God brought me back. It wasn't my time. What's going on, Belmont?
Chilling, man. We got Trouble Troy in the building. What's up, man?
Oh, man, can't call it out here hell at the Dell, man, for to get ready for a good old event. And hopefully everybody come out and get it going.
Yes, sir. So let my people know where you from.
Man, I'm from Houston, Texas. I'm actually outside from Houston, Texas, but I'm born and raised in Houston, man. I'm a Houston racer.
Okay.
Been racing for a little bit, but that's about it, man.
You been in Houston all your life, though?
Been in Houston all my life, born and raised, man.
Okay, then. Nice. And tell me a little bit about your family, man. I know you got. Just tell me a little bit about your family.
Man, my mom and dad. My mom is actually what got me in racing. My mom's side. I guess when I was about 4 years old, my dad bought a race car. He got into racing. I got a younger brother and an older sister. I'm the middle child. Kind of the only child that got into racing throughout the whole family. But that's how I kind of got into all my uncles. My mom's side raced back in the 60s, and it just kind of drew my attention to it. So I just kind of stuck with it.
Okay, so it's your mom's side, not your
dad.
dad.
Not my dad's side, my mom's side.
Okay.
My mom's side they was some real live street racing. Back in the day, back in the 60s, there wasn't no tracks. So that's all they did was race on the streets. And me growing up, I favor my mom's side for as my looks. I look like my mom's side of the family, so they all knew who I was, and so it kind of gravitated me to actually want to do it. And then once I started doing it, and I fell in love with it.
So you started off on the streets, though?
I started on the streets. I ain't gonna lie. I started on the streets when I was young, and then my uncle on my mom's side kind of got after me. Hey man, the streets ain't what they is no more. That's way back in the early 90s. He said, man, just make a track for him and go to the track, and that's what I started doing ever since then.
Oh, okay, nice.
Started racing made my first pass at 16.
16. What kind of car did you have at the time?
69 Camaro.
Hey.
The deal was I had a big old boat. I had a 72 Monte Carlo, so I built my motor, saved up a little money.
Yeah.
And I was going to put in that big old boat. My uncle said, well, I got a 69 Camaro. We put your motor in my car. And I learned how to drive in his 69 Camaro.
And that was your uncle, right?
That was my uncle, yeah. He let me borrow his car for, I say, about 5 years. And then I had got my car, my Camaro that I got now, that everybody know me of, Slingshot. My dad gave me that car when I was 20. So when I was my uncle's car, so I really need my car at the time.
Right.
And so I told my uncle, I said, man, I'm going to put my motor in my car. And then that's how Slingshot was born back in 97, 98.
So did your uncle have a big impact on your life?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Most definitely. He had a big impact on my life just in general, work and just the grind, the hustle. He showed me the ropes of racing, the grudge racing, because he was like the one to go find races, and I was the hustle part of it. I mean, I'm gonna let my nephew drive,
Right.
So he finding races, and he stick me in the car, and that's how we became grudge racing. And that's what we did for like 10, 15 years straight, straight grudge racing.
So tell me a story that you had with your uncle that you will never forget. I know you got.
Oh, with my uncle? Yeah. It's a
if you can say it.
Yeah, no, it ain't no problem. One time we went to this outlaw track. It was in Navasota.
Yeah.
And I told my uncle, I said, you ready to make a pass? He said, nope, I'm scared of this track. I ain't never been.
So how old were you at the time?
I think I was about 20.
20, okay.
Nah, man, yeah, about 20 years old.
Okay.
And I said, Uncle, I ain't never been to this track. He said, boy, quit being scared of the car. He got down that sun gun, spun all the way down the track. He said, load that car up, let's go home. So, nevertheless, I'm glad I did, because my uncle was more experienced of a driver at the time because he was teaching me how to drive. And that was the funniest thing, because we always first ones in, last one to leave when we go to the track, you know.
Right.
So
right.
and that was funny. Man, load that car, let's go. And we never been back. But that track shut down now. But it was a real. It's like a Little River track, but worse.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
it was. I ain't taking no shots at Little River. Don't get it twisted. I ain't taking no shots at y'all. It was just an outlaw track. And that was the funny story, you know, between me and my uncle. And then another one, I was about 18. And I ain't never used nitrous. I was running no motor. My uncle was teaching me how to drive. And he said, trying to use the nitrous. I said, okay, whatever. I ain't know what nitrous was. You know, I ain't know it was bad or good. You know? So I take off. And at the time, old school stuff, we had it on in our hand.
Yeah.
So when I let go the button, I grab this button.
Yeah.
And it go, wow, and I let it go. And so the car said, why? So he got mad at me. He said, boy, what the hell you doing? I said, man, shit, that motherfucker act like he's trying to take off. He said, boy, let me show you how to drive. So we were at Baytown, and Baytown about to close this year. And he said, boy, let me show you how to drive. Me and my uncle got in that car, which was his car.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, he drugged the back bumper, boy. You can see it in his eyes. It's like, damn, you know, because he really ain't been in the car in a while.
Yeah.
He said, I think we need to put wheelie bars on the car. I said, yeah, I think so. But yeah, that we had many good moments, man, and it was fun. And it was when racing was just, everybody was just trying to race. You know, that's what, you know, we come to the track to race, and there was no other stuff with it. But man, that was a good old day. But yeah, he taught me a lot, and he had a lot of good times with that. But you know, and my dad, I always try to get my dad to come to the track and stuff. You know, why he used to race, he would think he want to come. You know, he just got older. He don't really like it no more, so he'll come out when he want. You know, every now and then and stuff like that. But
so your dad don't really race like that.
No.
My
dad basically got into racing because of my mom, my mom's side of the family. You know, with my uncle. So they kind of hang out with them. So I think my dad twice. I'm done, you know. And he kind of gave it up, and he left the Camaro in the backyard where we grew up in. And I told him when I got 18, I said, I want that Camaro for my 18th birthday, which was a raggedy piece of, you know what, dug in the ground, 4 foot, just sat there back since, it sat in the backyard since 86, and I got it in 96. So I sat in the backyard for 10 years, no motor, no nothing.
How long have you had the Camaro?
I had that car since 96.
Dang, man.
The year I graduated high school in 96. And I got it in 96. I got it for my 18th birthday. My mom made my dad give it to me. He didn't want to give it to me. Boy, my mom said, you better give him that damn car. You ain't gonna do nothing with it. It's just rotting in the backyard, this and that. And thanks to my mom, shout out to my mom, Terry Jackson. She the reason I got that car. She convinced my dad to give it to me finally. But yeah, I had that car for a long time. And that car, I think what everybody know me for that is in the older races and stuff like that, like the new school races that just come on the board in the last 5 years. They know me because of the Cutlass, but my main squeeze is that Camaro, man, and I love it to death. You know? And I was hoping I got twin boys, you know, they 25 now. I was hoping they were gonna get into it, but they really did. You know, you can't really push that on somebody. It's kind of like sports, you know, if they don't want to play it, you can't force them to play it. They not gonna be no good at it. So you know, I kind of just want to pass it on, so to keep racing alive in my family, because I'm literally. Me and my uncle are the only people that still race in my family, so I kind of want to keep it going, you know. Right. So hopefully, one of my kids pick it up. You know, I got 2 little ones now, so hopefully, you know, they get into it and they keep it going. You know, because I got to keep that alive, man. Because it's a wonderful thing. And I tell people all the time, racing help you in life across the board. You know, because to race you got to have money. So to have money, you got to have a job. So it all helps. So if you want to race, you're going to have to work, and you're going to have to work really, really hard. And so it just kind of made my life a lot better by being a drag racer or grudge racing, you know, because it basically made me who I am today. So shout out to my uncle, my mama, my wife, my family, everybody that, you know, put up with me going to the track, you know, 2 times a weekend, going out of town, taking these 16-hour road trips and stuff like that. Because I love it, you know what I'm saying? You got to love it to do it. You know, you're not going to do it because you seen your friend doing it. Oh, he got a race car, so I'm gonna get one. No, you gotta have a love for this thing. Because these things here, these cars, man, we ask them to do something they ain't designed to do. So they gonna fight, and you gotta fight with them. And it's just you gotta have a love for this thing. And I love this sport. But I'm on my tail end of my stuff. Hopefully, I
Nah,
get
man, you
retired,
still
man.
got it. I be
Oh,
seeing
man.
you on TikTok and everything. Nah, you still
Man, I
got
hope
it. You
to-
keeping up with everything.
I'm trying to keep up with y'all youngsters, man. Y'all be doing it, but man, y'all make an old man be working for it. But man,
Nah,
hopefully I got a good about 2 more years at this, man. I probably retire the Cutlass probably this year. You know, put it back to a full daily driver, AC, cruise the family around in it. You know, stuff like that. But man, it's just, you know, bring the Camaro back. I'm gonna bring the Camaro back out this year. Probably end part of the summer, because it's just working on 2 cars, man. You know, it's hard, especially when you by yourself, and you got a couple people helping you, but for the most part, it's all on you.
Right.
It's kind of hard financially, so it's just whenever I get done with it, I get done with it. And I just don't have to drive like I used to, like work all night on the car. I just don't. I don't do that no more.
Right.
Hell, you got a business to run, you got a family to take care of, so you don't have that luxury of just working on your car, you know, 12 hours a day and stuff like that. But I'm gonna get it though. I'm gonna get it eventually.
Right.
But yeah, it's a wonderful thing though.
So going back, people didn't know you had twins.
Right.
You got twins.
Yeah.
How was that like, balancing twins?
Man, I was 19 years old when I had my twins, man. So I'm a kid raising kids, you know.
Yeah.
It was a hard, no lie, it was real hard.
Right.
And then I wanted to race, and so it was like, okay.
Yeah. So how did you balance it? Yeah.
Man, what I did was I had a 9 to 5, and then I worked on the side. I worked 2 jobs basically. So to try to supply for the family and to try to race. So and then my uncle helped me out a lot too. That's why I got a shot at him. He helped me out a lot too, because he had his car. So all I had to come up with is some gas, and he'll put up the money to race, and then he'll just give me half. So that helped me out a lot. And racing actually paid a lot of my bills, because I'm a 19-year-old kid making minimum wage, you know, a little bit more than minimum wage, trying to raise a family and race at the same time. So my uncle helped me out a lot back then when I was young, and that's how we balanced it out, you know. But it was pretty good, you know. It made me a better person. It made me have a better work ethic.
Right.
Wasn't ashamed, you know. Wasn't afraid to work, you know. I did it so long, but it was real. It was hard, you know. It wasn't easy, but
you got through it though.
I wouldn't change it for the world though. You
Right.
know? But my boys, they turned out to be real good boys, man, and I love them to death. And I'm a grandpa, because I got a little 2-year-old grandson, and I'm waiting on my other twin to have one, but he ain't ready for that yet.
You go get the grandson into racing or what?
I don't know, man. He like it, you know.
You like,
you know, he likes speed. He like the cars and stuff like that. But hopefully one of them get into it. Hopefully it don't lead to like a family deal.
It don't die out. Yeah.
So, but it's good, man.
So I know we talk on the phone, man. Tell me about the John Ford story. I didn't let my viewers know about this.
Man, Mr. Ford, if you watch this, I came all the way to South Carolina, to Jackson, South Carolina, to House of Hook.
House of
Hook.
Yeah.
I was younger then, and I drove all the way there just for you to take a picture of my car. You probably don't remember. And then I seen you again in Darlington, and I didn't have my car then, but you just took a picture of me holding some coin or whatever. But man, just a shout out to you, man. You made me want to travel, and because I just wanted you to take a picture of my car, but you didn't even know that I wanted, you know, I did it for that reason. I wasn't coming to race nobody. I was coming to take a picture of my car, which sounds crazy. And I was telling Lamont on the phone the other day, 2 months later you came to Texas. I was like, man, I could have saved a lot of gas and just waited for you to come to Texas. But man, it was a pleasure meeting you, man, and I hope to see you again. I ain't seen you in a while. I ain't seen you since, man, I probably ain't seen you since early 2000. I hope to see you again, man. Just shout out to you. You made me, like, you gave me a broader spectrum of racing, because we were brought up, we just raced around here, we call it zip code racing. We raced in our zip code. We didn't know drag racing was as big as it was. And then when Facebook first started, I started seeing your pictures. I was like, man, there's other people out here doing the same thing we're doing everywhere else. And that's what got me all the way over to the East Coast. 16 hours later.
I was just about to say 16 hours.
I made that drive by myself. I took naps, but 16 hours later. Boy, I appreciate it. I still got that picture on my wall. Matter of fact.
You got to send it to me so I can put it.
Yes, sir. I still got it.
All right. So next question I want to ask: what do you think changed from from when you was grudge racing to now? Like, what do you think ways we can make it better?
Man, I think it was a multiple things are changing. The cars, how fast they are, the budget to keep them fast, and a lot of I say outside influence. That'd be nice, outside influence on races. It's a lot of parties that got to do with one race that ain't got nothing to do with racing. See what I'm trying to say? Like, that's a big influential part of it, and it don't need to be sometimes, because they be talking the game and giving false information, and then Joe Blow here like, man, I ain't gonna race you. I heard you got such and such and this and that. So a lot of that is hurting racing, of all the talking and stuff like that, and I think that's what's really hurting. But on the upside of it, I think what y'all do, the videographers and social media people, that helps to the point where it gets the exposure out to people like y'all might not know who I am, but then eventually, oh man, I seen that dude at the track before. Oh, that's put a voice with a face with the voice, or face with the car. So that helps out a lot too, and as fast as these cars going, that kind of help too, because you spend a lot of money on these cars, you kind of want to race, so you kind of get out there and take chances, and that's what grudge racing is about to me, is taking chances. You ain't guaranteed to win every race, and you ain't guaranteed, nothing really. You got a 50-50 shot, but like one guy say, you can have a perfect record if you don't race.
Right.
But you can't, what I'm saying, you can't win them all, you can't lose them all. So you get up there and try, and that's what I try to do every time we come out, man. Just try to give it my all, and hopefully it turns out the best.
Nice. And what was your memorable grudge race?
Man,
I know you had a lot. You can name me 1 or 2, 3 the most memorable grudge, but that you will never forget.
Golly.
I know you had a lot. Gotta go back in the file, memory file.
All these gray hairs, golly. Oh man, hell, I don't know. Cause hell, I don't even remember who I raced last year. You kind of on racing on me.
Yeah.
So I don't be stunting on motherfuckers. Stunting on people. My bad. Stunting on people. Cause I kind of race shit and I'm done with it. I kind of move on.
Yeah.
I really don't hamper on a race, because my uncle taught me, you go chasing a man in racing, you ain't gonna never beat him. So sometimes you need to leave some people alone. Just let them make it. They beat you, especially when they beat you straight up.
Yeah.
Damn, most memorable grudge moment.
Or a race. It ain't gotta be grudge race. Just I wanted to be grudge.
That's all I've ever done.
Damn, most memorable.
That was a good question.
I'm off the top of the dome.
That is actually really good. You got me tripping, because I'm like, man, what was my best race?
I know you can remember one, at least one of them. I know it was one that you was like, yeah, I'm the man now, like something like that,
Yeah. Shit. Now I can't. I honestly, my most memorable one.
Yeah.
Back in the day, there was a guy named Mark Potts. And we told him we'd give him the back tire. He told my uncle, he said he'd take that race until y'all get tired. Well, we raced him once, we beat him. We raced him again. But when that second time I beat him, he had said some fly stuff to me. It was kind of rubbed the wrong way. So that's why, to this day, I probably still pat the gas on people. I'm still old school, I still do that, I ain't gonna lie. But everybody told me we couldn't beat him and this and that, with the back tie and the move, because he had made my uncle mad too. So they gave him the back tie and the move. Went around him. That was my most memorable race at HMP, period. Because we raced for a lot of money that day. And I was counted out to not win. That's one of my most moments. My second moment.
That underdog.
Yeah,
moment.
that underdog.
Yeah, okay.
My second most moment, I was driving Miss Graham. It was Miss Graham. We were racing a car called Debate down here in Houston.
Okay.
And everybody thought we couldn't get by that car. We stretched them out real tough on that other end, and that was a fresh one. That's a fresh one in the memory bank. But yeah, that was one of my most moments right there. But yeah, I got a lot. But man, I think I got over.
Yeah.
If I had to sit down and think, I think I got over 500 something wins in grudge racing. So it's a lot. I have to think about it. But like me and my uncle, we used to grudge race 3 times a night. Sundays, we run 3 races, and that was it every weekend.
Right.
And then we'll shoot over to Dallas. We go to Crandall. We go to Kennedale on a Sunday. So we put in work. And it's funny I say that because some dude asked me, "Hey man, you gonna race today?" I said, "Yeah, I got 3 races locked in." Oh man, you gonna race 3 times in one day? I'm like,
that's normal for you.
Yeah,
huh?
I'm like, what do you mean 3 times? I said, man, ain't nothing wrong with that. I feel like as long as your car okay, you should be able to race all. If you got action, you should be able to race all night. And that's how I was raised in racing. I don't have no problem racing. If I feel like I got a shot, I ain't got no problem racing.
Right.
And that's how I think everybody should be in racing and stuff like that. And if you ain't as confident thinking you gonna win, then take the bet down something. But it's always more than one way to skin a cat. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if you feel like you got a little shot, going up there and try it, make the money a little low. But if you feel like you got a great shot, then stand on the money. That's simple. But nah, man, that's pretty much it.
So how is it? You and K-Dog, y'all like a team, or you just drive somewhere in a team?
Yeah, me and K-Dog, man.
How is it? Tell me the history
I've been
about
knowing K-Dog for a long time. He the man in Port Arthur. He the man over here at Everdale. Southeast Texas, he the man. And I've always known that. And this man done had numerous of cars. He had Paper Chase, he had Tyson, he had Cold Blooded. He had a lot of cars. So I was, I'm a little younger than him. I'm like 10 years younger than him. So I always looked up to him,
Okay.
So, but I never went over there and hold a conversation with him, but I just respected him a lot. And, just in passing, I speak to him all the time and stuff like that. And so about 5-6 years ago, he come to me, "Hey man, you want to drive my car?" I said, "Sure." So first time in this car, I said, "Man, this car scared me. I don't want to drive it no more." I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be a man. I don't want to drive it no more. This car is weird,
Yeah.
It reacted real quick, and then drivers out there know what I'm talking about. It's just a fast reacting car. I said, "Man, I don't think I'm able to drive this car." He said, "What you mean?" I said, "Man, this car reacts weird." He said, "Man, same thing I said." So anyway, you get kicked off the bucking horse. I told him, "Man, let me try it again." So I began to get love for the car and start getting familiar with the car. So then one thing turned to another. We became partners. I call him my big brother.
Yeah.
And that's how it became. And we just started going out there trying to knock them off together.
So after the first pass, you was like, "Man, I'm not driving this car."
Yeah, I was shook. I ain't gonna lie, I was done. I was like, man, and it was way back in the day. It was a small block, it was just a fast reacting car.
Yeah.
And I said, man, I can't drive this thing. This thing, it made a move on me, and I wasn't even ready for it. And he's like, yeah, you gotta be on top of it. And now I know, so I was prepared for it, and it became what it was,
Right.
Yeah, we go to battle with that damn thing, man. I love that car. It's a great car. It do stuff that it ain't supposed to do, And I love cars like that because I have that same stigmatism in life. I'm doing stuff I ain't supposed to do, because technically I ain't supposed to be here, A lot of people know my story, stuff like that. But
what happened? What's up about that? If you don't mind me asking.
And I ain't no problem. They want to say it was my heart just stopped. Basically that football player that collapsed on the field. Same thing happened to me about 15 years ago. I was at work, going into the bank, going to go cash a check, just collapsed. So, and that's why I knew exactly what was going to happen to that boy when it happened, because I went through the same thing. I said they're going to put him in a chemically induced coma. They're going to freeze him. They're going to, they're going to do the whole 9 yards. And everybody's looking at me like, how you knew? I said, man, because I went through that situation. A lot of people don't know that's what I went through,
So, tell me, so how did all this, so running back real quick. So, what happened? Walk me through that day.
They don't know. Well,
or do you remember, if you don't mind me asking?
I do remember. I was about 9 o'clock in the morning. I worked for a company. I was just going to work like any normal day.
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling bad. I was just actually going into the bank. And they said I was standing in line in the bank, and all of a sudden, I fell face first.
Dang,
and that part, I don't remember nothing after that because I was basically out, So I get to the hospital. Well, my mom and my wife said I got to the hospital. They tried to bring me back. They brought me back, and so when they brought me back, they put me in a coma. So I was in a coma for about a week. No, about a week, a couple of days. They was telling my family they should get everybody down here because I'm gonna be a vegetable, and it ain't gonna be good and stuff like that. And nothing but God brought me back. It wasn't my time yet. And it was my dad's birthday, September the 9th. I remember, So it was his birthday when I came back too. Then I started remembering everything and stuff like that, and they didn't have no explanation for it, and they said it happened, just like that football player. They don't have no explanation for him. This man was perfectly healthy football player, and he just passed out. So basically the same thing that happened to me. Basically a thing called beat fib. Your heart goes into a beat fib, which is a erratic beat that it can't take.
Like an irregular, something like a regular heartbeat?
Regular heartbeat, but it stops.
Oh, okay.
I ain't no doctor, so all the doctors out there don't get mad at me, but it's called beat fib. I know that for a fact.
Okay, okay.
But, like I said, that's why I like stuff like that, like dog car. It do something that ain't supposed to. I do something that I ain't supposed to because I ain't even supposed to be here. I ain't gonna say it like that. I am supposed to be here. God put me where I'm supposed to be.
Right.
But I am supposed to be here, but I almost been counted out and stuff like that. So I like being the underdog. I like taking something like my Cutlass that ain't supposed to do something it's doing, because that's a full interior, full furniture car, as we call full furniture. But yeah, that's why I take life like it is. That's why I really don't get mad, Lamont. That's why you don't see me arguing on film. Life too short for all that, and I ain't got the patience. I ain't got the temperament to be arguing with nobody. And that's why I respect all you racers out there, because I want y'all to do the same to me, But that's it. That's why I look at life a little different than everybody else, Lamont.
That's crazy.
I got a different outlook on life.
Oh no, you're good. Oh, you good? You can go. No, you can go. I'm talking about that truck. Go ahead.
Nah, it's got a different outlook on life than everybody else, because I've been through a little bit more than norm. But I'm also blessed and highly favored. And, but it made me who I am today, and I wouldn't change nothing for the world. It made me look at situations like, you start trying to get stressed about something, man. I really don't get stressed about nothing no more. After that happened, I just put in God's hands and hopefully do for the best,
Right.
That's all we can do,
Nah, I did not know that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't, A lot of people don't, but a lot of people back when it happened, 15 years ago at the track, everybody prayed for me. I thank y'all, and I told y'all that. But a lot of people at the track at the time knew, But a lot of people to this day don't know, because I'm a pretty not standoffish, but a pretty quiet guy, so to speak. I really don't get on social media a lot, and I really don't post a lot. I post stuff with my cars and stuff like that, but I'm pretty private. Not saying it, it's a bad thing or whatever. I'm just private. This is how I like to be, and that's how I've always been.
Right.
I'm gonna have to pull my leg to do this interview right here, So,
but I appreciate you for real. I appreciate you for telling me.
No problem, man. But I feel like we need more of this in the game. We need to learn our races. We need to learn, people and to know their stories, man. Because you know us as we see us at the track. You see us rah and all of that. So we big old teddy bears, man.
Yeah.
We got families. We got we just normal folk. But when you see us in the heat of things, we that person at that moment. But behind scenes, we are a whole different person.
Right. I know that, but
a lot of people don't.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of people don't know that. We just good, hard-working men trying to have fun out here, man.
That's it.
That's it.
So tell me about the truck. I know you got your own class. Hold on. All right, so you got your own class, Troy Hit List.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
It came about. Dog used to get on me a lot about it because he started promoting about 6 years ago. He said, "Man, you need to start promoting too." I said, "Man, dog, I'm not that kind of person. I'm not a promoter." He said, "Man, you got a big following in racing and this and that, but when you think of yourself to have a following, you don't think so. You like, oh man, nobody knows who the hell I am."
Yeah.
So he said, "Man, you really need to throw an event." I said, "Well, financially, I don't want to throw an event, but can I throw an event inside your event?" He said, "Sure." So he gave me a wide open door, and we came up with the hit list. The first year we did it, it was kind of like invitation only, like a hand pick of cars, and one slipped under the radar that was super bad.
When was the first choice hit list?
I want to say about 3 years ago.
Okay,
about 3 years, about 2.5, 3 years ago, the first choice hit list.
Okay.
And we was trying to pick cars that we figured would pretty much closely ET wise. It was gonna rock it like that, but cars kind of got out of hand and one car was faster than another, so we decided to put a cap on it to keep everybody equal, you know. And so it's just a 490 cap race off the trailer, kind of ordeal. And basically, I did it that way, and a lot of people's like, oh, you need to put a tire size on it. You need to put a mile-an-hour cap on it. I'll tell you like this, I own cars, and I'm a racer too. And I don't like to have to spend extra money to go fit a class just because I need to run a different tire size. If my car set up the way it's set up and it can run 490, you're more than welcome to come. Yeah. Because it keeps the racer from spending extra money and changing their whole setup just to run a certain class. So I wanted to keep it like that, open for races, Southeast Texas, Houston, Texas, you know, just open to have a shot at, you know, making pretty good money. Because I think the pot today, if we get 10 cars today, pot be $4,500 for the winner. That's a good day.
Right.
That's a great day for anybody. I don't care how much money you got, you know.
Yeah.
So it gives the initiative for the racer to come out and try to participate in it and get down with it, you know. But that's how it came about. Old dog had put the knife in my back. Maybe, hey, boy, you need to go do this. Kind of broke my shell of just being a driver, because that's all I was known to do, because that's all I did. That was my job, was to drive. You know, I wouldn't.
That's all you knew.
That's all I knew. I wouldn't. Oh, go talk to this camera. Go negotiate this race. That wasn't my deal. You know, still to this day, I don't negotiate my race.
Right.
You know, dogs tell me, hey, such and such want to race, and they want to race for how much? How much you want to race for? That's good. And I just tell them yeah or no. You know, that's just how I am. You know, because I feel like the more clear-headed I am in that car,
right, exactly,
the better I drive. The less I got to deal with, the better I drive. And I feel like I don't have to deal with all the other stuff. I'm not saying the other drivers that do, you know.
Yeah, right.
Kudos to Trigger Man and all that, because he deal with all that. He be in the trenches arguing with him and you know, negotiating his races. So, you know, hats off to him for being able to do that and then get in the car right after the fact. Me, I just don't, you know, because I just don't. I ain't got it like that.
No.
But it's good though. It's turned out to be good. You know, we get more and more support with the Endless.
For sure.
And we get more and more support with Hell at the Dale, man. It's the 10th one.
Yeah,
that's a good
crazy
thing, man. That's a beautiful thing. And hopefully, you know, it continue to grow. I told Dawg, I say, after these cars, after we stop racing, we ain't known for nothing. I said, but Hell at the Dale is a legacy. He would go down in the books to be known for Hell at the Dale. And that's something that you can't buy, man. And that's a beautiful thing. And if you can leave a legacy in racing, you done did something in life to me.
Yeah, that's
what
it's
I care about racing more than I care about my job.
Yeah,
I know it's sad to say, but it is, you know, but that's how much I like
that's
racing.
what it's about, for real. All right, so last question. What are ways that you think grudge racing can be improved? Yeah. There we go. That sounds good. Yeah.
I honestly think to improve racing,
grudge racing. Well, you can say racing.
Grudge racing. Yeah. I mean, that's all we do. We grudge.
Yeah.
Forever grudge, baby.
Yeah.
To improve grudge racing, I think we could just stop worrying about other people, what they got, what they, you know, it's just so much politicking. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, you ran such and such, and I can't get by you. Well, you don't know if such and such made a good pass that pass. You know. So we need to get that stigma out of the picture. You know. And don't be trying to buy a race. If a man can only come up with $1,500, race that man for $1,500.
Right.
Don't be buying a race. Oh man, we got to do it for $5,000 or this and that. Don't buy a race, man. You know, I ain't trying to count people's programs, but I look at it like this. When someone tell me, oh man, it costs me more than that to come to the track. Yeah, it do, but if you don't race, you don't make no money. You know what I'm saying? So don't hit me with that, oh, I got to race you for more than 15 or blah, 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 this and that. And I feel like 1,500 is a decent pot.
Yeah,
you know, that's a decent, honest man working pot. You know, ain't nothing wrong with 1,500. You know, hell, I'm a motherfucker that racing. I'm sorry, excuse me, friend. I'm a son gun that racing for 500. You know, that's just because I like racing and to prove a point. And the only time you get to prove a point when you turn on that light. And that's what, to me, racing is about. Grudge racing is a grudge. This is not match racing. This is grudge racing. Grudge racing is about getting down on the opponent that don't even look like your car, that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know we in this big thing about sit like me, stuff like that. But you gotta look right now, we got Mo Jeezy gonna race Miss Graham tonight. Those two cars don't sit nothing alike. at all, but they getting down. That's what grudge racing about.
Nah, I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm running Bud Light Baby tonight. Mustang. I got a G-body.
Right.
Nothing to like. That is what it's about. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I start falling for that. I start getting on me. You don't see like my car.
Yeah.
And I start missing racing. I don't get that race because he want to run me with a Mustang, but I got a heavy ass car.
Right.
You know, it's ways to negotiate something. Hey, man, do something for me. Send me out there. Give me the back tire. Give me the wheel. Smooth something. You know, it's something to make that race happen.
Two cars can always.
Two cars can always race. You know, to a extent.
Yeah.
Nowhere that close in the ballpark. But you know, that's why I got off that. Oh, well, you ain't got no G-body. I don't care no more. This year, next year, I don't care. You know, I ain't saying I'm calling out anybody. I'm just saying I'm not gonna have that stigma of oh you gotta sit like me. You gotta have a 80s model G-body, all glass, all steel, full bench seat with a 4-pack in the back with an amp in the back. I ain't stiffing that. You know,
right.
It begins to be getting petty. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's killing racing. People are not racing because they think somebody car run this. Like they think my car run this, so they're not gonna race me. No, get up there and try it, and then you'll see, man, that man car ain't that bad. And that's how I found out a long time ago that East Coast wasn't a lot faster than we were. When I went over to South Carolina, I actually ended up racing somebody that I thought was the fastest man in the world. And yeah, he beat me, but granted, I was right there on his door.
Yeah.
And I let me know for a moment, like, damn, they ain't as fast as what I thought. You know, so you don't know until you get out there. Try that's more to a story. You don't know until you get out there and try.
Right,
and then when you get out there and try, guess what? You grudge racing and then create more racing.
Right.
Then somebody by rail see you race that car, and now they want to race you. So it's like a effect roll downhill kind of deal. You know, they see you out there doing it. Man, let me get out there and do it. You know.
Right.
So that's it. You know, but I think that'll improve grudge racing a lot. You know, cats just getting out there and doing it, man. You know, and you ain't got to do it for a lot of money. Get out there and do it. Get out there and enjoy your car, man. Get out there and enjoy what you took a year or 2 years to build or got all your money in. Get out there and enjoy it, man. Don't be getting on the sidelines and, you know, doing this, talking this and that. That ain't grudge racing, man. And for anybody that's on the sideline, you're not no grudge racing. I'm going, and I said that. You're not. You know, the grudge racers are the owners, the tuners, and the people that drive the car. They the grudge racing, and that's the problem. They don't matter as much no more. The driver and the owner don't matter as much no more. The people on the sidelines and stuff like that matters more in racing nowadays. And that's what's hurt. And yeah, I said, yeah. So that's it.
All right, I think that's it today, man. We're gonna let you get back to it, man. Appreciate your time. Anybody you want to shout out?
Man, I shout out everybody that helped me get to where we at today. Man, shout out to K-Dog. Shout out to my uncle, my parents, my wife, my kids, everybody. And shout out to Forever Grudge, man. Y'all make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share this video.
Appreciate it, Troy. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you, brother.